a game I have never played before again. It's called Cloud Scale Expedition 33. I have heard nothing but good things about this. Like, it's one of the greatest games ever made. It's kind of been again the Chrono Trigger / Ocarina of Time treatment, and it is a pretty good contender for Game of the Year alongside Hollow Knight, Silk Song, and Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'll be happy if either three of those games get, Game of the Year, considering the fact that all three games what I've heard are stellar games. Hollow Knight Silk Song, obviously, being a very great indie game as well. Again, outside of the entire Shantae series within a couple of weeks as well. Donkey Kong Bonanza, of course, being Donkey Kong Bonanza. And of course, Clear Upscale 33. I've heard nothing but good things about the game as well. Of course, they do have some creeps on 4chan obsessing over the main female character, but that kind of just died down after a couple of weeks as well. Was supposed to be the Evangelion of video games. Already forgotten. Oh yes. Oh yes, already forgotten. Still has more players than Stellar Blade Daily. Oh yes, a forgotten game. First of all, Clear Obscure Expedition 33 is a single player game. Same thing on Donkey Kong Bonanza and Hollow Knight Silk Song. Of course, the games are not going to have 8 gazillion players, as well. Because most of these people are just going to beat the game and just say, hey, I'm just going to play whatever next is on my backlog. That's kind of how single player games are. You just beat the game and just go to your next game as well. You might replay the game in the future, but most people usually only play a game and beat a game once, okay? Unless you really, really love the game, you beat it again, okay, as well. Yeah. But multiplayer games are usually the games that, you come back to over and over and over again as well, or strategy games or something like that as well. But no, it isn't forgotten. People are still discussing amongst Game of the Year awards as well. It would be pretty hilarious to go back to this thread if this game wins Game of the Year, and then 4chan saying that Nintendo lost or blah blah, Nintendo lost to this game. But then 4chan was complaining about how no one was playing this game. Is this a double stance of 4chan? It's just very clear with this entire thread as well. Okay, a game doesn't have any cultural relevance that you guys called Game of the Year? Stellar Blade. That game has almost no cultural relevance outside of a bunch of, people who are completely obsessed over the character design of Eve. Other than that, the vast majority of people don't care about Stellar Blade. It is a completely failed game culturally. As I always say, Stellar Blade's a flop, and people are like, but the game still sold 3 million copies, but it's culturally irrelevant, so the game is a flop either way. It's a culturally irrelevant game that most people don't care about, that most people probably have never heard of before, outside of terminally online people who make YouTube videos, like me. But yep, that's what this video here, and yeah, Clear Obscure 43, Expedition 43 also outsold Stellar Blade. Yep, it outsold Stellar Blade. Assassin's Creed Shadows outsold Stellar Blade, despite being considered one of the worst games of the year. Yeah, it still outsold Stellar Blade, by the way, okay, as well. Which, of course, is SWZ's favorite game of all time, because they get the... I'm not going to say anything else. Goodbye.